The first 2025 mule for the Ram TRX has now been spotted. Road and Track has now obtained these images of the new TRX mule, so let's go over them in this video, and I'm going to show you guys what I spotted in these photos. The more things that change, the more to stay the same. With these images about the 2025 TRX mule, you'll see that the 2025 TRX is mostly unchanged. And the only real thing you really see change is the front bumper and the rear bumper. But looking through this article by Road and Track, there's not really much in here that really explains anything about the TRX because no one really knows anything about it, other than me, of course. Going through this article, there's really nothing in here that's really talking about anything. They're just basically going over stuff that everyone's been basically talking about, the hurricane and some other stuff that's not really very important. But let's go over the photos. That's the main thing we're after in this video. So photo number one, we basically see this 3/4 shot of a 2025 Ram TRX, and you can notice they basically just cover the entire front end where you can't see anything other than just the hood and part of the fenders. Now, I was told by my sources, since I haven't seen the 2025 TRX unmasked yet, I saw a 2025 tungsten unmasked, that they told me that 2025 front end is basically about the same. Just looking at the photos, you can tell that the headlight is a smaller, slimmer design. And that's the same thing I said in my other video, where it's gonna have like a smaller look to them, and they're gonna have kind of like an Audi vibe to them. You can still see the reflector in the corner of the headlight lens. You can still see we're gonna have a DRL right there at the top of the lens. Now, I was told that the grill area is pretty much the same. They might have changed the scripting a little bit, and that's why they got it covered up. But the number one thing that I noticed on this bumper is, if you look down here at the very bottom, you'll see that the adaptive cruise control module is now moved down into the lower bumper. This is moved because Stellantis has told us in the past that they're going to part share with all the vehicles.
Now, we're working on these vehicles together, which allows us to share some of the most costly components in a way never before done.
So this same cruise control module is the same way you're gonna find a Hornet. It's on the Tonale, and you're gonna pretty much bet you're gonna see this on like the Charger Daytona, the Charger, the Challenger. All these vehicles are gonna share this same module, and they're all gonna come with the same module down in the lower bumper. Then you can notice you have the parking sensors right there in the bumper as well. Then, like you said, the same fog light pod right there in the lower corner of the bumper, and the same parking sensor as well. Like at the same wheels. Now if we scroll up and look at the hood, this is the exact same hood as on the current trucks. Now, I was told that the new hood would not have the front scoop area, so I don't know whether or not this is just, they just threw the hood on from the old truck because they don't have that many new hoods stamped yet to go put on testing trucks. You can see that the Supercharged badge, that's covered up. This right here, as I've been saying in my video, and I revealed that all the 2025 TRXs will have Hurricane engines in them. Now, I'm surprised that someone got all these photos of the 2025 TRX. They're lucky it's running and it's in traffic. How we don't have any video, any audio of this truck. It's like somebody took photos of this TRX with a camera phone. How we don't have any audio or any video of this truck moving and sounding. I'm just, come on now. Everyone has a camera phone in their pocket. Okay, then we're gonna move in this photo. Let's move to the mirrors. I think these toe mirrors are just god awful. This is like the ugliest thing ever. No one can really tow that much weight in a TRX. So why the toe mirrors is even an option in the first place, it's just beyond me. It's just ugly. Jesus. Basically the same wheels. They're probably gonna put the same wheel and brake combo on there that we're normally used to. Now, you're not going to see the new updated Bilstein shocks on this truck because, as I said in my other video, they're gonna look exactly the same. Just the main difference with them is they're gonna have dials on them so you can dial it in. So they'll be basically what, triple adjustable. So they're really gonna look exactly the same. Now, the only thing that really might change is where they're gonna mount the reservoirs, because on the regular 2021 to 2024 TRXs, the reservoirs for the front shocks, they're mounted on a cheap plastic hanger on the front crossmember for the engine. I doubt they're gonna leave it in the same spot on a cheap plastic crossmember. So you gotta go jump underneath your daggone truck and turn a dial. So hopefully they move it, and then we'll probably see photos of it where the suspension dials are gonna be somewhere in the wheel well. The rear ones are not really that much of a problem because they're really mounted right there beside the shock, but the front ones, hopefully in some future spot shots, we will see that new adjustment to them. Next photo we're going to go over is for the rear. Now, you really can't really tell anything for this rear photo, but the main thing that you can notice is that the rear taillights are now LED. Now, it's the same thing I called out in my last video, that the higher end trucks are going to have LED taillights. They're going to have that nice deep red look to them. I didn't really know how to explain it or describe it, but you can see what I mean now, that it has a nice bright red look to them. The tailgate, now when I saw the 2025 Tungsten uncovered, it was painted in black, so it was kind of hard for me to see the body lines to the tailgate. Now I don't know why they changed the shape on the tailgate, but it looks to have about the same curve in it, so I really don't think that it really changed it. I know the only thing that I was told was they're not going to have the Ram head logo on the tailgate anymore. All the 2025 trucks are going to have the Ram script on the back of the tailgate. That's what I was told from, I think like a year or two ago I was told that. And then I'm looking at the tailgate now and I see the backup cameras in the handle now. So that hasn't really changed. I'm looking at the top of the tailgate in this other photo, and I don't see a split in the tailgate. It's not gonna get a multifunction tailgate as usual. You don't see no Ram boxes. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna put Ram boxes in the TRX either. The bumper, from what I can tell, looks exactly the same. I don't really think they're gonna change the bumper. I think they just put covering on it just so it doesn't look crappy, because I know that the Tungsten model that I did see, it was missing some pieces on the tailgate and it was missing some pieces on the bumper. I think they just threw wrap on it just to cover it up so it doesn't look like it's cracked. But I fully expect it to have a Ram script on the back of the tailgate and not be blank like that. Let's see, what else can I find here? Ooh, I see this small little shot of the rear shock. Now that look right there like the same exact shock as on the current TRXs. So this truck right here is not testing the new suspension. Nothing really as I can tell from this back shot. I mean, there's not really much in here that you can really, I'm not really noticing anything. Let me go look at the next photo. Nah, so everything basically looks about the same that you would normally find from a 2023 or 2024 TRX. It is the main difference is just the tail lights. You can't really tell whether the tailgate got the new shape to it or if they're gonna do anything with the bumper, but I highly doubt they changed both of them just to give it a little subtle different shape to it. So I think all the stuff is the same. Still got the same exhaust tips on there, so they'll probably keep it the same since the bumper is already stamped with the exhaust cutouts in it for it. So I don't see anything changing on that. It looks to be basically just they use a 2024 truck as a mule. Everything looks about the same other than just the lights, and they probably just covered up the tailgate and the bumper just so they can hide the pieces that are missing. Yeah, that's about it. There's nothing really else to tell about this from these photos. Even on this close-up shot, nah, I don't think it's different, just the taillight. They probably just said bump covering the taillights up. That at least confirms I knew what I was talking about, that all these trucks was getting LED taillights. But yeah, that's about everything. But hey, it was just like what I said. The 2025 TRX is gonna be mostly unchanged. There's really nothing that much different other than the taillights we know is gonna be different. We know the headlights gonna be different. The bumper is gonna have basically the same exact shape to it. I think they're gonna just change how they do the whole grille design, and they might change the Ram logo script for 2025 going forward. And we see the adaptive cruise controls down at the bumper. The hood, like I said, I was told that it's not gonna have the hood scoop in it, so we'll see. And Ram, oh my god, those daggone tow mirrors are awful. Those things are god awful ugly. Who in the world approved the design of those tow mirrors and actually put them on the TRX? Ram will not allow TRX to get the Mopar side steps in the options list, but they'll allow someone to get tow mirrors on the truck to make it look real ugly. But yeah, that's basically everything I was saying about 2025 TRX confirmed. The only thing that's missing is the hood. And I wish we had sound so we could hear how terrible this thing sounds, because I had people telling me that they heard this thing in person and they was like, I think Ram's going back to third place. I don't see them outselling Chevy, especially Chevy got V8s. I mean, the same thing with the Tundra. A lot of people don't like the V6 Tundra. A lot of people like the V8 Tundra. So Ford still got V8s, Chevy still got V8s. Rams gonna have a tough sale. Tim Kuniskis, he's gonna have a hard time. But as I was saying in my other video, the 2025 TRX, all of these bad boys are gonna have 500 horsepower Hurricane engines in them. Inline 6 twin turbo. I know everybody gonna keep saying the same thing. Oh, we can turn the power up. But as I showed in my last video, if you haven't checked it out, it's right here. Watch my last video. These new trucks are gonna have a weaker transmission that's out of the Wrangler 392, and that engine is maxed out at 500 horsepower. If this new Hurricane engine had so much potential, then I don't understand why Dodge pulled it from roadkill nights earlier this year in a drag racing situation. They don't want no one to see or hear these engines before these trucks go on sale or these cars go on sale. Sure, the inline 6 is in the Grand Wagoneer and the Wagoneer, but that is not in a performance exhaust system in a performance variant. So we have not heard any performance variants with the inline 6. And like I just said, Dodge pulled it from roadkill nights because all the competitors were supposed to use inline 6 Hurricanes. And I don't know whether or not it was just the horrible sound or the performance is not there on those inline 6s, but they did pull it from roadkill nights. That's a fact. I would love to see how Tim Kuniskis and the gang are going to try to spin these trucks that's going to be down on power, down on transmission strength, and try to convince people that a 500 horsepower twin turbo inline 6 TRX is better than a 6.2 liter Hemi TRX with over 7 horsepower. We'll see. But let me know what you guys think. Will the 235 TRX be a success? Oh man, this truck gonna be tragic. I think we're gonna start calling this thing the SheRX. But let me know what you guys think about the SheRX. Leave this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you already done so. And until the next time, I'm out.